This is the damages from when we got stuck in that yard the other day. You can see this tail light's kind of pushed out. So what we do with damaged cases is whenever we get them, we do what's called a yellow slip to the guys, and so that kind of keeps them accountable, keeps them making sure that they're doing a good job. And so if they ever miss something on a customer's property, or if they, for instance, break something like that, break something on a customer's property, it comes out of the P for P dollars for that pay period. So we can only touch that pay period, but for instance, I think this week we all averaged about 16 an hour. So that extra 5 an hour would go towards fixing things like that. So I was actually the one driving, so it was completely my fault. So that's something that I have to pay for out of pocket. If it was something that they did, then it would just come out of their P for P dollars, so they just wouldn't get that extra P for P bonus. So that's kind of how we do that. That's how we keep things from getting too messed up. But it's just what seems to work best for us, and it kind of keeps everyone accountable, even with whenever things break down and stuff. I'm out tossing the frisbee with Joseph for a minute before we head off to church. We've got a youth activity tonight, and so that's why we're wearing regular clothes, because if we wear our church clothes, then we get all dirty. So, but we're about to head over there. In order to get my license, I'm required to have 40 hours worth of course, worth of driving training. And then I'm also required to have 30 hours of taking an online course and another hour of vehicle maintenance course that I have to take in order to be able to get a license in Georgia. So I've been working on those kind of in the afternoon some, and then hopefully I'll be able to finish that up in the next few days. I've been working on it some today. I'm a few hours in, so I've still got a long ways to go. I've got the 40 hours down for sure of driving. I just need the 30-hour course. I've already done the maintenance course. So I've got maybe 25 hours, I want to say, left out of the courses, and then I'll be able to get my license as long as I pass the driving test, which hopefully won't be a problem, but I just got to do those. Tomorrow we're supposed to meet with a neighbor. Her husband passed away, so she's trying to sell a lot of his tools. So we're going to meet with her and kind of see if there's anything that she's trying to get rid of that we could use. So I was doing some research on different companies in town, and so what I found is that the largest lawn care and landscape company in town is at $5 million. They have 25 employees, and they also have where they sell materials. So what I'm kind of considering doing next year, in order to sell materials, we'll have to get a physical location instead of working out of storage units or something like that. But it's something that I wouldn't be totally against. So I'm supposed to be meeting with an advisor on Friday. So I'm gonna kind of pick his brain and see what he thinks. But I'm kind of wondering if it wouldn't be a terrible idea to maybe 2 months into next year try to get some land, lease some land, or do something kind of in that area and start offering some materials and kind of pushing that. And so I'm kind of considering something with materials, then also growing. I've also considered maybe even renting out equipment or renting out dump trailers and things like that. Just because, especially for assets that we wouldn't necessarily utilize very often, it'd be something that would be easy to kind of rent out. So I've been working on some more business plans and things and different ways that we could make real good money. So more of ways that are easy to scale, easy to kind of grow up, and so just working on that. But it's not, I also don't want to grow it and grow everything so quickly that it also just shrivels up and we don't make any profits and go bankrupt either. So something that I'm looking to do next year is possibly get a general manager for this location, because the year after I'd like to start working on corporate locations, and the year after that work on franchise locations. So trying to get set up for that. I don't really know at this point what my role in all that will be, whether I should focus on sales. It's kind of where I'm leaning, focus on sales and kind of bookwork type stuff, and then try to have a general manager to kind of lead everything out in the field, but I don't really know for sure. I haven't decided, so I just kind of see where all that goes. I'm out for a quick run here, about to get started, so just finishing out the night. Pretty relaxed day, but overall it was pretty decent. Just getting real hyped up for next year, real motivated. Normally about November is when I start getting really hyped up for the next year and start really kind of planning. So about 4 days away from grind time, so get it on, homie.